Today we're breaking down the Norco Charger A2 and seeing if it's worth the money. This is a modern hardtail with downcountry geometry and comes in at about $1,250 US. This bike is meant for mountain biking, commuting around town, and definitely pedaling. Starting with the climbing, it pedals great. It being a hardtail, you have really good direct power transfer, and the head tube angle at 65 degrees feels great. The geometry really allows you to be nimble and pick your way through technical climbs. The wheelbase doesn't feel too long. It's at 1230, which is kind of that perfect number for me when I'm climbing in difficult terrain. I ride a large frame, so it changes size by size, but I really like that for climbing and still having some stability on steeper downhill sections. Feels great just cruising around town, and I would even race this thing in a XC cross-country race. That being said, it's not a full cross-country bike, but it still has a little aggressive geometry, which is great for all-around riding. It's not a carbon fiber bike, so it's not super light by any means, especially with the lower spec components, but it doesn't feel too heavy to me. That being said, it's not a steel frame either. I really love the feel of a steel frame mountain bike because it's a little bit more compliant and kind of bends to the terrain under you, helping you keep traction. So yeah, the aluminum can feel a little harsh, but for the price point, it totally makes sense. So if you do have a little extra money to throw around, if you're looking for a lightweight bike, then go with the carbon frame one. If you're looking for one that feels better and has better traction, I'd definitely push you into the steel frame category. Descending on this bike is great, but I wouldn't give it like a 10 out of 10. I'd say it's kind of on that 7 out of 10 range, a little bit more downcountry oriented. While it can handle almost everything you throw at it, it does make the downhill chunky sections a lot more challenging. Other things to note are like the tire pressure you're running, how your fork is set up. The fork that comes stock on this bike actually feels great. I thought it was going to be not that great as it's pretty narrow, it has 32mm sanctions, but I think it feels amazing. When you get into braking on this bike, that's probably its biggest fault. The brakes that come stock on it aren't that great, and they don't really slow you down. I found myself almost immediately changing them out for bigger rotors, and eventually I'll put some different brakes on it altogether. So our riding here in southwest Utah is a lot of pedaling and more hard climbs than descents, so I think it fits this trail system really well. But if I was up in like the Pacific Northwest, where you're generally climbing fire roads and going down long descents, I would go with a different option. I absolutely love jumping on this bike. It's super precise, super nimble, and I feel really comfortable in there. So overall, I feel like this bike does decent on the descents. I do love it, but sometimes I wish I had a little bit more travel. Not specifically a cross-country bike, and it's not like a full-on enduro hardtail. I know they're all hardtails, so they all pedal good, but this one's kind of just focused on doing a little bit of everything. And so far, it's impressed me. Like, climb's great. It does have a pretty long wheelbase, so maybe like little short technical switchbacks can be a little tricky. As with hydraulic brakes and 160 rotors, I found those to be not quite strong enough to actually stop me. So that's probably gonna be one of the first things I change on this bike. Like, it handles the downhills great, but also like I can't stop when I want to. Can definitely fit 2 water bottles in it, which is great. It has a third mount up here. I don't think you can fit another water bottle there, but you definitely could do a tool. And then a couple other things I want to mention. Comes by a 1x12 drivetrain. It's a Shimano Dior drivetrain. It works great. Definitely used it a bunch. I have about 500 miles on the bike so far, so still relatively new, but absolutely loving it so far. It comes in at about $1,500 retail. I was able to get this for about $1,000 from the bike shop. There's a lot of crazy deals going on right now, and for that price, it was great. If I was paying $1,500 full price, I would say I'd want like a couple nicer things, like a little nicer brakes, maybe a longer dropper post. Like, this thing is a good height, but you can see how much more I could have here. So like maybe like a 180 or 190 would be way better for me. I'm a large, I ride a large frame, 6'1". The other thing I would change on this, personal preference, but the cranks are super long. They're 175s. And the 175s feel good, but I definitely prefer to have 170s. Here in the desert, you're just like doing a lot tight technical moves. on the long cranks, even though they have more leverage, it's hard to be as precise. Also, it's really easy to hit them on things. So I like some 170s and even maybe some 165s on this, but that's a little bit more of like a personal preference. I found the shorter cranks are a lot easier on my hips and knee joints as well. So that's something you might see me change in the next 500 or 1,000 miles on this bike. Comes with some Maxxis tires. I have mixed feelings about them. They work great for traction, but they never last long. So I'll definitely be swapping those out once I wear these out, but I still have quite a bit of mileage left on those. The dropper post comes with a quick release on it, which is kind of funny. I haven't seen that in a long time. Yeah, so that's definitely something I'm going to be replacing soon too, just because it'll be a little lighter. I like the look of it, so it's a little cleaner. Overall, I'm really happy with the bike. It's been super fun, and I'm really enjoying riding. I've had a full suspension bike for about 7 years now, and it's really fun to go back to your roots and challenge yourself in other ways. So if you're looking at getting a new bike for a deal, I think this is a great option. Or if you're just looking to spice it up and try something different, it's also been really fun.